I'm San Antonio Mayor Ron Nirenberg. I am a Trinity University alum, and I want you to know about my passion for these two vibrant communities. My alma mater is now a nationally recognized liberal arts university, offering fully integrated arts, humanities, STEM, and professional programs. Grounded in the liberal arts, Trinity graduates students who think critically, act meaningfully, and contribute confidently throughout their careers. As for San Antonio, Trinity is an oasis in the heart of a city that serves as a cultural bridge to the Americas. We are a diverse community that values inclusion and welcomes intellectual curiosity and spirited debate. We're a city that challenges convention and welcomes new ideas. Great things are happening at Trinity University, in San Antonio, and through all our connections to our multicultural world. Join me in being part of this exciting moment.
The assistant coaches are Dominic Garcia and Kevin Baker. Head coach of the Gents, Chris Dorsey. Centenary College Gents. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineup for the Trinity University Tigers. Number 0, a sophomore forward, Braxton Barry. Number 3, a junior guard, Ben Hero. Number 10, a sophomore guard, Jacob Harvey. Number 11, a junior guard, Tanner Brown. Number 22, a senior guard, A.J. Clark. The assistant coaches are Sterling Holmes, Jerry Nolan, John Hamilton, and Lisa Roberts. Head coach of the Tigers, Jimmy Smith. Trinity University Tigers, Centenary College Gents. The winner will play for the championship tomorrow at 2 p.m. against Schreiner.
Where else would you rather be on a Saturday night than in the heart of San Antonio, Texas, and more specifically, inside CalGuard Gym? It is a full house, students continuing to roll in to see the Trinity Tigers take on the Centenary Gents. The number 2 seed against the number 3 seed, a battle, no doubt, will be on deck. I'm Brian Anselson for the 4th time of the day, for the 8th time this weekend, joined by Reed Rosales. So lucky to get to keep calling great basketball all day long.
Yeah, excellent basketball being played here in the SCAC. This one is going to be no different. This is a rubber match. These teams split the regular season series, so they're going to lay out everything on the line here in this semifinal matchup.
On the Tiger center court, Braxton Berry, Braden Board. A battle even after the jump is won by the Tigers. And immediately an issue with the clock. Officials want to make sure that is in order. But this might be the only thing that could slow this game down, because very much like the women's game for Trinity, do not blink or you will miss it. This is a Trinity team that wants to play quickly, and they want to go in a hurry.
We'll go in a hurry if we can actually start the game.
Yeah, the officials feeling some early second jitters, more so than the players. But hopefully they got it figured out. 5 seconds in, and A.J. Clark sends it in to Jacob Harvey, along with Braxton Berry, Tanner Brown, and Ben Hanley, the starting 5 for the Tigers, who are on offense first. The swing to Harvey in the corner. Welcome start from Jacob Harvey. (3-0) quickly for Trinity, facing the same starting 5 of Centenary that beat Southwestern last night. Seth Thomas, Braden Board, Ralph Johnson, Takeem Singleton, and Quentin Beverly. A very experienced Gents team. Although the freshman puts up the 3, no good. The offensive board will give Beverly another 3-point attempt. This one splashes down. Tigers and Gents trade 3s. Here is number 3, Hanley, in the corner to Brown. It's down.
And full house here tonight in CalGuard. We're going to get some great energy here for this matchup.
This is the pace that Trinity wants to be at. They lead the conference with over 77 points a game. Meanwhile, Centenary, the second best defense in the conference, allowing low 60s per game. So very much strength against strength. Who will play the game that they want on hand? Right now, it's looking to be a quick one. The shot clock down to 2, the corner 3. Little short for Thomas, and the board by Harvey. And look at these Tigers roam. Harvey has the ball, gets it down to Clark. Swings it to Braxton Berry, who wants to be closer to the bucket. Instead, drops it to Brown. Nearly another 3. Instead, it rims out, and the board for Centenary. Ralph Johnson, the ball handler. He is the point guard, and a trusted one at that. Gents moving the ball comfortably around the arc. Now it'll be Johnson from distance, but I think that ball was tipped. A.J. Clark getting a piece of it, and now Tanner Brown drops it to Harvey in between leg dribble. Clark, Brown, now Harvey again. Hanley holds the ball over his head. The fifth-year senior from Flower Mound to the other fifth-year senior. This time Brown, the junior, has it knocked away. The mid-range look in the paint won't fall, but Barry battles for the board, and he's fouled on the way down.
And you mentioned how good Centenary's defense is. They used that defense to beat the Pirates of Southwestern in the first round, 57-47, and they're going to need it here tonight against this explosive Trinity offense.
Braxton Berry rolls it around to Clark, who finds a cutting Hanley. Can't finish on the rim. And the rebound gathered by Centenary, 6-3. Just 3 minutes gone by. The Trinity advantage inside a full CalGuard gym. Students really showing up tonight. Ball knocked away by Hanley. Let's be honest. Centenary's win yesterday wasn't the prettiest. I think everyone who watched it would admit. But for Coach Dorsey, he will take a W any way it comes. And when you're watching Centenary basketball, it isn't often pretty because their focus is defense. And while defense isn't beautiful, defense wins championships. And that's what the Gents are trying to do. Their last second shot with the shot clock running out is no good. And the Tigers trying to get out in front. Harvey popped up for a moment, now drives, puts it up, won't go. Battle for the board will this time go to Centenary.
And we are going to get a chippy matchup here because these two teams play each other very tough. They're some of the top teams in the conference. It's why they have those 2s and 3s by their names.
Full court pressure, beat. Singleton will stop and pop and hit. We have had exclusively 3-point shots made by both teams, a 6-6 tie. With 16.5 in the first half. Tanner Brown over to Clark. Hanley now jab step in the paint. Tries to get it to Barry, but the pass is not there. Knocked out of bounds. Centenary basketball.
And right now, the Trinity offense may be cooling off a little bit. About a 2-minute, 30-second scoring drought right now. We'll see if Centenary can take advantage on this possession right here.
Couple substitutions for Trinity. Jacob Millhouse, Ty Williams making their way in. Centenary, for the moment, sticking with their 5 starters. Not even 4 minutes gone by, and we're tied up at 6. Trinity showing this full court pressure that turns into zone. Gents get it across to Beverly. Beverly with Brown on him. Trinity now fully into the zone. Beverly trying to find Thomas, but he's denied, so Johnson will have to go. Now Beverly, another 3. Too strong. Board for Brown. Hop skip to Caleb Jenkins. Won't get it down, but he'll get 2 free throws.
Much needed for Trinity with that scoring drought. And right now, if you're Trinity, you know you have the highest scoring offense in the conference and that you could probably outpace the gentlemen. So if you are Trinity, you want a 3-point shooting contest because more likely than not, you're probably feeling good about winning that.
The first media timeout of the evening finds us at a 6-6 tie, 15:47 to go. And you mentioned it near the very beginning of the broadcast, Reed, that these teams have split their matchups, and it's worth revisiting that trip to Shreveport for the Tigers because it came at a really pivotal point that ended up defining the season for the Tigers. The Trinity Tigers falling in their first conference game. They then fell to St. Thomas as well, so they were 0-2. Not the hole you want to be in. They come home, they play a Shriner team who, if you've been paying any attention this weekend, pretty good one. Both of those teams 0-2 at that time. Neither wants to fall to 0-3. So what do the Tigers do? They win. They win against Colorado College in a couple of days. And then from then on, they were able to get enough wins, 12 of them to be exact, a 12-4 record in SCAC play to earn that coveted bye in this tournament as the number 2 seed.
And that bye, Coach Smith was always saying to us, is oh so important. You get a day of rest. You get to watch the games from the stands. And Centenary having to play 3 games in 3 days, potentially. It's rough. And right now, we'll see if Centenary can instead use the momentum from the previous game and bring it into this one.
Out of the timeout, Caleb Jenkins shooting a free throw. The senior from New Orleans, Louisiana. So he has something in common with these gentlemen from Centenary since they hail from the Bayou State as well. But ever since arriving in San Antonio, he has made his presence felt. A great look at number 5. The transfer from Millsaps gets 2 free throws down to give Trinity the 8-6 lead. Singleton pressured, stripped away by Clark. He comes away with it. Williams posting up. He'll be doubled at first, now one-on-one. Clark along the baseline, taking his time, evaluating his options, now going over the top, too strong. And out with the rebound comes Seth Thomas. Ball has almost been exclusively beyond the arc, and it continues to be Centenary, the triple factory to start this first half. 9-8 the lead off of 3 3-pointers. Williams can't hold on to the ball. The Centenary Gents come up with it. Seth Thomas in transition. Jalen Bear, count it, and one.
And for Centenary, this is exactly the position they want to be in. Trinity hasn't scored a shot that wasn't a free throw in over 4 minutes. So that Centenary defense doing their job, pulling their weight to keep the Tigers tied down for now.
And the transition game will be so important. The Centenary defense causing turnovers at every turn, and they have to finish opportunities just like Bear did to win this game. They have a 3-point lead, and Bear trying to make it 4. His free throw rims out, so it stays a 3-point advantage. And Clark headed the other direction, has it bounce up, so he finds Brown. Right back to the 5th-year senior. That's a swish 3 for A.J. Clark. Clark gets in front of another pass. He spots up the floater, but too much on it. Taps his chest saying that's my bad. But not much has been bad for A.J. Clark today and all year long. Already 2 steals and 3 points for a Tiger who leads the team in scoring, in rebounding, and in assists. He does just about everything.
Yeah, and his name is all over the record books here at Trinity University for this program. He's been such a great player, and he really puts the super in Super Senior.
Right now, the Super Senior will take a breather along with Ty Williams. Braxton Berry back in there along with Jacob Millhouse. Centenary looking much better on offense than they did at any point really yesterday. It was a slog against the Pirates, but they were able to make it, and here they are. Takeem Singleton, not somebody who really struggled. Neither did Seth Thomas. They led with 15 apiece, and that's going to be 2 more for the senior from Kilgore, Texas. Hanley over to Berry. Spins. Has options, goes to Harvey, another 3, absolutely. Looking like another edition of Harvey's house tonight. A triple for the sophomore, puts Trinity up 1 with 13.5 remaining. The Trinity zone has been content with letting Centenary shoot from distance. So far, the Gents have made them pay. And now Jenkins strips it away. Tigers off and running. Hanley takes contact and puts it down.
That was a great possession by the Tigers to get the ball away from the Gents and put it in for points. That is a huge momentum swing in favor of the host Trinity Tigers.
Ben Hanley in his 5th year. And you have a fat head of him in the stands. You're gonna get a good look at the replay. That is where he is at his best, when he is running with the basketball. Coach Smith has told us he doesn't think he's ever seen a player that is faster with the ball in his hands than Ben Hanley.
And you could see it right there. He was there like a flash, and even when the defense was swarming him, he still managed to put that ball in the bucket and get points for the team.
Head coach Jimmy Smith, in his 3rd season as head coach for the Trinity Tigers, has brought a ton of success turning around the program, but the one thing he has not gotten, an SCAC championship. He got a couple with TLU. He turned around the Shriner program. Now he's trying to take his 3rd SCAC program to the promised land. Coach Dorsey out of the timeout, sticking with mostly that starting lineup, the addition of Jalen Bear. But yesterday it was much of the same, and here's another steal. Hanley, open court in front, kicks it to Jenkins, pops the 3. It goes, but a foul away from the ball will negate that bucket. Braxton Berry called for the offensive foul, so erase that 3.
And that's a big blow to the momentum for Trinity. And for the Gents, it's a new opportunity to go down and make this a big point swing.
They've put the points on the board, and they're saying the basket is good. So, not exactly what Trinity wanted, but they'll take the 3 points, even though they lose the ball. A 6-point lead for the Tigers, and another steal. The Tigers creating chaos. Johnson tries to get it back, but the Tigers have it. Millhouse over to Hanley, right back to Jenkins, who just hit one. Decides to reset and gets a play call from Jimmy Smith on the sideline. So let's see what he has drawn up. Williams receives it. The screen by Hanley to free up Jenkins. Over to Millhouse in the corner. It's all falling down for the Trinity Tigers. A 9-point lead, and they are electrifying the CalGuard crowd.
Yep, they're on a 14-2 run right now. And the Gents, they need to find a way to stymie this Trinity offense from scoring any more points.
Bear will try to answer off the front of the rim, the offensive board, and the foul called as Seth Thomas tried to clean up the mess down low. Couldn't get the putback, but he'll get 2 free throws after this media timeout. Early start for Trinity, 22-13 over the 3rd-seeded Gents. We said it. They want to run, they want to go quickly, and right now Trinity is setting the tempo.
Yeah, Trinity is definitely setting the tempo. And when these two teams played each other in the regular season, it always felt that one team or the other always had control of the game. And right now, it's seeming like Trinity has taken control at the start of this first half. But we'll see if the Gents can come back out and take back control of the game and put themselves back on top.
You're getting an excellent look at Jimmy Smith, who told us way back when that loss happened at Centenary, as the team tried to recover in conference play, it really was as simple as having to start better. They trailed in that game 17-2. It was immediately out of the gates, boom, boom, boom. Centenary got ahead, and even though Trinity climbed back to only lose by 4, that's such a tough mountain to climb and to win, especially in the Gold Dome in Shreveport. All season long, that's been the theme. Can Trinity come out of the gates fast? Right now, the answer has been yes.
Yeah, and they are the best offense in the conference when it comes to putting points on the board. And right now, if you're the Gents with your great defense, you need to utilize that much more, because right now the Trinity offense has smashed through the iron wall that is the Centenary defense.
And it's not the first time, Reed, not the first time at all, that Centenary's defense has been broken by Trinity, as the first free throw rolls in for Thomas. When the Gents were in town January 20th, a very different story. 80-59, the second most points allowed by Centenary all year. Trinity shot 60%. No team has shot higher than them against Centenary. And so they figured something out, and so far, the same formula working for the Tigers. Good on both free throws is the Texas native, who told me yesterday his mom is in the stands. Coming down from Kilgore, Texas, so you might hear her cheers among the many, many Trinity fans. Brings Centenary to within 7 with 11.5 in the first half. Millhouse cuts in from the corner, swings it to Williams. New play call from Hanley. Millhouse in possession of it, gets it to number 3. He's going to have to go up in a hurry. 3 seconds left. Hanley can't quite get it, but there's Jenkins to wipe the glass and give Trinity another chance. Underhanded pass to Millhouse. That one sailed left from the start. Now it is Ralph Johnson, the senior from White Castle, Louisiana. But he can't do anything but watch. An offensive foul called on Centenary. It was Harvey who took the dive on the floor. Singleton will be called for the charge. And you'll see it right here, clear as day. The elbow extension means offensive foul.
And that's the last thing you want if you're Centenary, to give the Tigers more chances to extend their lead. The Tigers are going to look and try to run away with this one as early as possible.
Both teams shooting a very similar percentage, 47% for Trinity, 45% for Centenary. The difference, 6 Centenary turnovers to 2 from Trinity. That means extra shots for Trinity, and so far they've gotten in to give them a 7-point lead. Clark posting up, but looking for a teammate. The pass hits the net. Hanley tried to grab hold of it, but he was along the baseline, so it'll go right back to Centenary, make it now a 3rd turnover for Trinity.
Yeah, the ball hitting the net there, changing the trajectory of the pass, made it just a bit too much to handle for the Tiger offense.
Dylan Hooter newly into the game for Centenary, as is Chris Jackson. We didn't see him yesterday, so a new name called on by Chris Dorsey. Here is Jackson, right back to Ralph, Quentin Beverly, and it's back and forth. Keep your head on a swivel. Now it's Hooter going up against Williams. Out to Chris Jackson, puts up the 3, too strong. Rebound for Williams, and he's fouled as he got it. Got here early enough today. Seems like yesterday, but it was today that I got to see the shoot-around for both of these teams. And if you watch Centenary, that is very much what they do. They pass it back and forth, trying to get an opening in the zone. Right now, there haven't been many. They've had to rely on the 3-point shot. Tanner Brown swiveling around. Hanley open in the corner. Hits the back iron. Caleb Jenkins comes out with it. Ball still loose now. Thomas hits the deck into his bench. Great hustle for Centenary. And that will be team foul number 6 on Trinity. Abdullah Roberts coming in for the first time for Trinity, as Ralph Johnson tries to cut into the 7-point deficit. Jenkins all over Johnson. Now Thomas has it. The screen set to get rid of Jenkins for the moment. Now it's Brown. Hooter finds an opening down low. His layup won't fall in. Hooter has it ripped. Jenkins. Jenkins now on offense. Good as it gets. Caleb Jenkins has come alive at the end of the regular season, and he is in full force tonight. He's had double digits in 2 straight games. 4 of the last 6 in double digits after he had an injury that kept him out for several. Jimmy Smith saying he has no doubt that Jenkins has some big games still in him. He works on defense again, helped by Clark to force the miss, and here comes Hanley, full steam ahead. Big collision and an offensive foul on Hanley.
And Caleb Jenkins, Coach Smith told us, when the spotlight shines on him, it's when he shines the brightest.
Here's the other side of the sword of Hanley always going fast. Sometimes he's out of control, although on that one, I have to say, the defender looked to be in the restricted area. I don't even think his feet were on the ground, but they get the charge. And Centenary has the ball, down 10. Just 8 minutes left in this first half. Seth Thomas immediately kicks it out to Beverly, tries to bank it home, but it's Saturday night. The bank isn't open, and a foul going the other way.
And watch on the court, number 35, Zach Fenn, the chaos creator. He is absolutely ruthless with his defense.
Time out on the floor as the Tigers hold on to a 10-point lead with 7:46 to go. And Reed, Centenary has barely gotten the ball in the paint. They haven't gotten it around the rim. It's almost been exclusively three-point shots. They've put up 11 of them. They hit 3 early on, but I do not think that Centenary wants to get in a three-point shooting contest, especially when you look at the fact that on the year they shoot 29% from 3. That is 8th in the conference. Out of 9 teams, that's second worst. It's not something they're good at. You look at that season-long average, and I don't know if it's a sustainable thing that they're doing.
And it definitely isn't. What Centenary wants to do is they want to grind out low-scoring, chippy, defensive games. The Tigers, this is what they excel at. Big point shootouts. And right now, if you're Trinity, this is the pace that you want. You want to keep going through this. You want to keep gashing that Centenary defense and stymieing their offense as well.
Not only do they lead the conference in scoring with those 78 points a game, they're also second with a nearly 34% rate from three-point distance. So the numbers don't often lie. This is exactly what Trinity wants. Centenary is falling into their trap right now. Coach Jimmy Smith knows what he's doing, and right now it is turning out maroon and white. Griffin Levine, top of the key. His 3 rattles out, but the board to Abdullah Roberts gets another chance. The overhead pass to Levine. Dribbles in a little bit. No look pass to Fenn. Wasn't the best idea because it gets Centenary out in transition. A wild layup attempt is then gathered by Levine, and here come the Tigers. The dump off to Hanley. Centenary gets back defensively. So things slow down for the moment. But Centenary not capitalizing on that fast break opportunity. Meanwhile, Roberts couldn't finish, and the ball will head to Centenary.
Yeah, great defense there by the Gents.
Hakeem Singleton back in there for Centenary. They needed each of his 15 points yesterday. Another Texas native who made some noise. Ralph Johnson confused right now by the zone, and look at how everything is around the perimeter. Nothing is close to the rim. Finally, Ralph Johnson gets close to the bucket, and look at what happens when you attack the paint. 2 points for the Gents.
Yeah, very interesting, the style of offense that the Gents are going for here.
Those are just their 4th points in the paint. On the other end, how about some paint points for Tanner Brown? The junior from San Antonio will head to the line after dropping in that one off the glass. It's been a 10-point lead for a bit now. Trying to extend it to 11. The largest it's been for Trinity with 6:25 left in the first half. Centenary wanting to get more of what they got last possession. Ralph Johnson cutting inside, but the 2-3 zone, really more than a 2-3. It is so unique what Trinity does. But right now, look at the problems it is creating. Centenary totally off balance. And it's rejected by that chaos creator. Fenn in the open court, off of board, and keeps it with Trinity. He usually does it with the steals, but he got a massive block there.
Yeah, Zach Fenn has quickly climbed his way up the single-season steal record books, which includes Cameron Hill, the head coach for the women's team.
He is 6th in the conference with 1.74 steals, but that's a little misleading. He slowed down a little bit in the last few games to dip that average down, but at one point in the year, he was on fire. Brown can't get this 3 to go, so the lead remains 11, but Centenary looking for offense and nearly a travel on board. Zach Fenn, look at him trying to strip it from behind. This time will be called for the reach-in. Get a close glimpse at him here. But his swipe attempt will send Centenary to the line. Just the 4th free throw of the night for the Gents. And they'll get a 5th. Harvey and Jenkins back in for Fenn and Levine. Kobe Harris, the junior from Lafayette, Louisiana, making just his 16th appearance of the year. Didn't play yesterday. Not an everyday player, but Coach Dorsey, kind of like Chris Jackson, trying to find an answer right now. A.J. Clark backing down the smaller Harris right now, and it is no match. That is 5'10", guarding 6'3", and A.J. Clark will take that every single time.
And some of the most interested viewers in this game, the previous victors, the Shriner Mountaineers, who are awaiting the victor of this game.
Singleton thought about the 3. They'll keep the possession going. Thomas for the moment, closer in the zone, but look at that. He's looking away from the ball, and he has it taken away. Caleb Jenkins, a smile on his face as these Tigers are active everywhere tonight.
Yeah, and Caleb Jenkins is just so unbelievably good with his hands, so strong to be able to rip that ball out of that Gent's hands.
That was such an amazing view at it. Thank you to Adam, who is manning the camera down at the baseline. You were able to see Thomas had his head up, had his eyes looking for a teammate, and he wasn't looking down at the ball, so Jenkins just got in there and popped it loose. Now he gets to walk to the line where he'll shoot a free throw. First of the 1-and-1 rolls out, so he won't get a second. But the Tigers will shoot the rest of the half. 4:50 left in it. 12-point lead for the host Trinity Tigers. Singleton dealing with Harvey. Shot clock at single digits. As it continues to be a perimeter game, Centenary has to put it up. Jackson from the corner, nowhere close. Harvey in transition, dribbles between the legs. Now the 3, banked not open for him either, but another offensive board. Clark gets the man flying in the air. Brown has plenty of room. He takes it inside, underneath, blocked. His own miss, still won't go. Now Centenary a 3-on-2, Kobe Harris. Backing into Harvey, a hop into the paint, and the Gents are so confused when they're in the paint that they can't even hold on to it. A turnover gives it right back to Trinity, the 8th of the night for Centenary, and they have not scored in 2.5 minutes from the floor.
Yeah, and Centenary, this is the last thing that they want. You have to score to keep up with the Tigers, and right now, the offense for the Gents is very, very quiet when compared to Trinity. They're 1 for their last 9 shots, and they haven't put one in a little under 3 minutes.
We talked about it yesterday when they were playing Southwestern, so we revisited those matchups with the Pirates. Back in December on the 16th, Southwestern was able to only score 49 points. Centenary, though, only scored 58 in that win. That was the fewest points they had ever scored in a win. Well, they beat it yesterday. They scored 57 in their win. They don't put the points on the board like some of the other teams in the conference, like, say, the Trinity Tigers. They rely on the defense. And you said it, 1 for their last 9. It can get into these runs. Yesterday, there was a 5-minute drought for them right alongside the Pirates. They're just searching for the clues to put this puzzle together. And Coach Dorsey, in his 6th season as head coach, Centenary making their 10th straight appearance in this tournament, right now really struggling in the semifinal.
And a big part of this is that even though this is technically called a neutral game, this feels like a home game and very much is for the Tigers. And if it's one thing that Centenary struggles with, it's games on the road.
They absolutely do. We have numbers on that. But right now, Trinity out of the media timeout, trying to extend their 12-point lead. Let's just say the Gents would rather be in their gold dome. Pierce Matthews, newly into the game, finds Jenkins, has been on a roll, and it continues. Rolling on the Riverwalk are the Tigers, up 15 after a Caleb Jenkins 3. Jalen Bear looks to stop the bleeding. He makes the 3. There was a foul away from the ball, and the officials say, calm down to Coach Dorsey, we'll talk this out. You see Millhouse with the bear hug. That was called for the foul. Was it called before the shot was put up? That is the question.
Foul is on number 14, Jacob Millhouse. His second team foul, number 9.
It's the 9th team foul on Trinity. We know that. We know it's on Millhouse. But the big question, Coach Dorsey trying to get answered, does the 3-pointer count? Right now, they need anything, so they desperately want those 3 points. 3:22 to go with Trinity up 15. The Tigers barely edging out Centenary for the top 2 spot, getting the bye. And Coach Smith saying he didn't want to overstate it, right? Didn't want to overstate the importance of the bye in case they didn't get it. But, man, was he relieved to have it once they did.
Yeah, and he was very relieved in our conversation with them. And you can see why. To be able to rest for that first day, it really keeps the energy for the teams with the bye. And for a team like Centenary that has to play that game beforehand, you really see that they almost aren't matching the energy of the Tigers right now.
Those replays trying to show what the officials are figuring out. It's just so close, though, so can't really make a decision either way, and the officials still haven't decided. But that bye, it's supported by facts that it's so important. Only one team since the SCAC went to a bye format back at the beginning of the 2010s, back in 2013. Only once has a team not had a bye and won the championship. That was Texas Lutheran in 2017. Only once in 10 tries. So it's pretty important.
Yeah, I'd say. And right now, we have one team awaiting in the championship that will try to be the second one in the Shriner Mountaineers, who are eagerly awaiting their opponent from the winner of this game.
So Harris stepping up to the line. The officials have made their decision and they're still explaining it. They're saying the Jalen Bear 3-pointer is good because the rule says when the shooting motion starts, it starts and it counts. So the foul happened, but the shot will still fall. And then it's still a 1-and-1. So potentially a 5-point play here for Centenary if Harris can knock down the first and then the second. Gets the first one to go, so it's at least a 4-point play. And make it a 5-point play. So for a team that struggles to score 5 points on one possession, not bad.
Yeah, that's a good momentum shift in favor of the Gents. They'll need more of that if they want to catch up to the Tigers.
It also very much quieted the crowd as everyone waited for the result. So can the Tigers respond? Harvey doesn't for the moment. Pierce Matthews tries to get the board. but Takeem Singleton has it. And now the Gents try to cut it to single digits. 3 minutes to go in the first half. Braden Board, the mid-range look, a little short. Jenkins gets it. Slips out of Roberts' hand for the moment. He's being chased down by Board. And then a foul on Chris Jackson, who has a conversation with the official. He was guarding Jenkins, and the official said a little too close for comfort.
Foul number 31, Chris Jackson is first. Team foul number 8, A.J. Clark in the game for the Tigers.
Team foul number 8, so a 1-and-1 again. Jenkins missed the first one last time. A.J. Clark back in the game. Already 11 points for Jenkins. Gets it to 12 to earn a second free throw. And do not forget, SCAC fans, this was your player of the year in 2021. His debut in the conference, transferring from Millsaps. He stunned everyone in his first few games. No one better than him. And now he's a senior, 3 years of experience, and he is showing up in this semifinal. 13 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And make it another steal. Right place, right time. Gets it to Harvey, who keeps it in bounds, but it's going towards Centenary. Off go the Gents into the lane. Blocked by A.J. Clark. Superman height there. The 3 off by miles. Centenary trying to recover, but it goes to Harvey. Wowza, A.J. Clark went up there to get that one. Harvey, the triple. Bucket! Jacob Harvey, 3 triples on the evening, and the lead, just like that, back to 15.
Yeah, big moment for the Tigers there.
They are playing gymnastics right now, folks, all in the air. Jacob Milhouse forces the steal. Now he'll cut in from the three-point line, jumps it to Matthews. Beautiful finish. Trinity forces the Centenary timeout, and a standing ovation from Calgar Gym. Look at the Thundersticks, look at the students. Loving this 17-point lead from a Trinity offense that cannot be contained.
Yeah, Coach Smith is probably very happy with this offensive output right now against such a stingy Centenary defense. They've been scoring and scoring and scoring. 7-0 run and just a little over a minute here. And right now, here at the end of this first half, it seems like the Trinity offense is starting to really click on all cylinders, more so than they have throughout the first part of the first half.
Jimmy Smith saying the defining moment of this season when Tanner Brown, Ben Hanley, and Caleb Jenkins missed 4, 6, and 5 games apiece. Those are 3 starters to start the year for the Trinity Tigers. Yet while they were gone, this team started a 9-game win streak. It helped them get the bye. It helped them get to where they are. Now they're all back. They're healthy, and they are playing better than ever. A minute and a half to go after the timeout. The Gents struggling at every turn. A 5-point play gave them 23, but other than that, points have been hard to come by. The defense relentless from Trinity. Centenary can barely get it beneath the arc. Here's another 3. The air balls are floating in, and 4 seconds will be on the clock for Centenary to try to get something down. But it is just not the night for the Bayou Gents. Bear to bring it in. It's going to be all the way the other side. Takeem Singleton has to hurry. 2 seconds left. The near half-court heave off the shot clock. And the ball will go back to Trinity. I think that is the definition of the first half for Centenary.
Yeah, that was a big overpass and a three-pointer that shouldn't have been that long range for an offense that has been going for the 3 a weird amount for what they usually do.
14 of them have been put up. Only 4 have gone down. Clark over to Millhouse. Right back to 22. Millhouse steps into his comfortable corner, finds Matthews, and Matthews is doing work right now. 2 consecutive buckets for the sophomore from Cyprus. And with under 30 seconds to go, the Tigers up 19. Dylan Hooter, again, they kick it out. It's like they're allergic to the basket. A paint drive results in a foul, but Centenary, it's almost like they're being forced, like there's a little curse on them that says you can't shoot it from closer than 10 or 15 feet.
Yeah, they have loved the three-point shot. And right now, if you look at the score, it's just not working out for them. So a little bit confusing why they continue to go for it.
There's a timeout here with 7 seconds left. We'll get a close-up look at the Trinity parents section that's right next to the Trinity student section. Jimmy Smith was thrilled to have this tournament at home. It's been a different story for the men's team than it has for the women's team at Trinity. The women's team winning 8 conference championships, and they've been in the title game for 12 straight years now. For the men's side, they have not won the conference championship since 2014. And any guesses as to where that tournament was in 2014?
Texas Lutheran?
Close. About 30 minutes east of here. But close enough. It was right here in CalGuard Gym. The last time Trinity even hosted the tournament, also the last time Trinity won. They're trying to capture that CalGuard magic, and right now it is working out. Some free throws on the way for Centenary, and that one rolls home for Singleton. Second one, no good. Clark gets the rebound, and he'll try to push. One final shot coming for Clark. Jenkins has to go. He won't, so the Tigers won't get one at the end, but they got more than enough. They're shooting 45% en route to an 18-point lead, headed to the locker room. A well-deserved standing ovation as they head into the locker room.
Yeah, it was a great offensive performance for the Tigers in this half. And it shows how energetic they've been on the court, how much that bye has really affected this team energy. And right now, if you're Centenary, 24 points in the first half. We'll see what they talk about and what adjustments they make to see if they can have a better second half.
The adjustments will have to be made, and they'll have to be made in a hurry. Jimmy Smith said with the style that Trinity plays, no lead is ever really safe because they try to push the pace. So Centenary will have every opportunity to come back, but they're going to have to figure something out offensively. They've got 14 minutes to do it, and we'll take that break on Tiger Network. Don't go anywhere because we have much more to come.
I'm San Antonio Mayor Ron Nirenberg. I am a Trinity University alum, and I want you to know about my passion for these two vibrant communities. My alma mater is now a nationally recognized liberal arts university, offering fully integrated arts, humanities, STEM, and professional programs. Grounded in the liberal arts, Trinity graduates students who think critically, act meaningfully, and contribute confidently throughout their careers. As for San Antonio, Trinity is an oasis in the heart of a city that serves as a cultural bridge to the Americas. We are a diverse community that values inclusion and welcomes intellectual curiosity and spirited debate. We're a city that challenges convention and welcomes new ideas. Great things are happening at Trinity University, in San Antonio, and through all our connections to our multicultural world. Join me in being part of this exciting moment.
Welcome back to Tiger Network, where it has been all Tigers so far. A 42-24 advantage after the halftime break. The story of that first half, a Centenary offense that could not put the ball in the bucket, and a Trinity offense that seemingly cannot be stopped.
Yeah, and we talked a little bit earlier about how Centenary likes to play at home. Trinity, they like playing at home just as much, and they're showing it right here as they looked dominant in that first half.
The Tigers 11-1, just one defeat in their home gymnasium. It was at the hands of the St. Thomas Celts, who are no longer with us. If you missed that game, Schreiner pulling the upset of the season, sending home the undefeated Celts, who now are at risk of not even making the NCAA tournament. Back here at CalGuard Trinity, the defensive effort continues, forcing Centenary to put something up with 10 seconds on the shot clock. But you're absolutely right, Reed, with this Saturday night crowd that has built as the day has gone on, really helping the Tigers, and the shot clock at 1. Singleton puts it up and has no part of the basket, of the backboard, of the net, missed it all.
Yeah, and once again, it's another shot from 3. We've seen a lot of that from Centenary, and it's just not working out for them.
15 of 25 shots from Centenary have been from 3. That's 60% of their attempts. That is way above the 43 that are typically from distance for them. And on the other end, Tanner Brown taking care of business. The lead is 20, a minute into this second half. Singleton meets 2 Tiger defenders. So here goes the perimeter merry-go-round. The arc has acted as a force field. Here's another 3, another miss, and another rebound. The story is not changing. The strategy is not changing. And here, another score. Won't go for Brown. Tries to strip it. Centenary will take possession. But some real question marks for the Centenary offense. Johnson has been the only one who has shown any indication of trying to get to the bucket. He does so again. Was off on the shot, but the offensive board, and then a foul will keep it with the Gents. They need that type of effort from Ralph Johnson, who Coach Dorsey said, look, he didn't start at the beginning of the year, but he impacts the team in a positive way, whether he plays or not. And since he's a senior with experience, he's a winner. He's plain and simple, got to be on the floor. Hey, look, they got to the bucket and they scored.
And guess what? They did not do that from the 3-point arc. They went into the paint, they got dirty, and they put one in.
Battle for the rebound. Clark looks just as confused as we are, trying to figure out what the referee was saying down there in the corner. Clark went flying in trying to save the ball, but it'll belong to Centenary, who with those last 2 points in the paint, scored just their 6th points in the paint. They have to get down there if they want to win. It's so tough against this Trinity zone, but they have to find a way to do it. Here, they're going to try it again. Beverly down low, but he's met by Braxton Berry, and there's one of your answers as to why they don't go down there. Harvey's 3 rims out, but a foul on the floor as Brown tried to go for the rebound. Will keep it with the Tigers.
Yeah, and it's maybe understandable for the Gents if they were playing a team that didn't have a very good 3-point defense. But Trinity, they're no slouches in that department.
Clark, a quick move left, nearly gets the finger roll. Instead, Centenary has cut the lead to 18 where it was at the half, and they're trying to bring it closer. A quick 3 put up. This one, splashdown for Singleton. So that time it works to cut the deficit to 15. Still don't know that's what they want to do every single time, but we'll see. A rejection by Board. Tigers keep possession of it. Brown floats it up, and the rebound cleared by Thomas. So finally some momentum being felt by Centenary. Ralph Johnson over to Singleton. He just hit one, thought about another for a second. Right back in his hands. Jalen Bear gets it to board. The dump off to Thomas, and another one off the glass. It's like they figured out their offense with just a quick break. They've cut it to 13 on a 7-0 run. Welcome to the game, Centenary offense. A.J. Clark takes a bump from Johnson, and that'll be a foul on him.
Foul number 13, Ralph Johnson is second. Team foul number 2.
Team foul number 2 as Jimmy Smith prepares to make a wholesale change.
Ty Williams in for Trinity.
Ty Williams comes in, Jacob Millhouse, Caleb Jenkins. Clark right now with the basketball. The leading scorer is Caleb Jenkins off the bench. Back into the game. Clark backing down, out to Harvey from the wing. Too much on it. And Centenary feeling life here in the second half. They have quieted this crowd. Seth Thomas going up against Williams, takes the contact and puts it home. Seth Thomas has completely taken over in this second half, and the second that Centenary decided to get closer to the rim, good things started happening.
Yeah, when you're willing to put paint in the bucket, good things will happen, and the gentlemen, they're starting to discover that.
The Trinity offense has slowed down after the break. Clark trying to wake it back up. He's short on the 3. Harvey tries to pop it out, but Centenary will try to cut it to single digits here. A whole different story now. Coach Dorsey wildly waving his hands. Ralph Johnson over to Singleton. Step back 3 for Singleton. Splashdown again. 8-point ball game as Centenary has arrived. The Gentlemen 12-0 run, and the Trinity lead is just 8. This is the Centenary team that we were expecting to see. One that battles down low and then kicks it out to the 3 every now and then. Takeem Singleton, just like he did yesterday, putting his team on his back. He led with 15 last night, and he is on a roll right now, tied with Seth Thomas for the team lead. He also has 4 rebounds to make it a special night for the Lone Star Kid.
Yeah, and Centenary on a 12-0 run, and that's matched with Trinity. They haven't scored in 4 minutes, so the Centenary offense is heating up right now, and the Trinity offense is cooling down.
The 12-0 run not killing the vibe in the Trinity stands, but Takeem Singleton, someone who Coach Dorsey just absolutely loves to have on his team, tells me that Singleton is just so committed to his role. They help across the board, whatever is asked, and Coach Dorsey knows exactly what he's going to get from him every day, giving 100% on a consistent basis, and the 100%, maybe even 150%, who knows what it's been, because it's been exactly what Centenary needed.
Yeah, it's what they need right now, and after a half where the offense looked stuck in the mud, they have certainly jump-started themselves, and the Gentlemen maybe showing the Tigers a bit of manners in this second half.
Not very polite out of the locker room, but that is this Centenary team. They want to get down and dirty with their opponent. They want to keep it low scoring. And more often than not, it works. Harvey out of the timeout. He has it blocked, and here comes Centenary. Looks like a new team shot out of a cannon. Seth Thomas backs it out. Ralph Johnson has possession. Loses the dribble, so gets it to Thomas. Wing being defended well by the zone, so Centenary changes direction. Here they go, the mid-range look for a moment for Thomas before Johnson tries to look for something else. Pass nearly gets away in the corner, tough spot for him, but here is Singleton. He's been the hero thus far, but his pass is intercepted. Harvey, Jenkins, Harvey again. Won't go, but there's Jenkins, the putback.
Score the basket.
Score the basket. took a little bit of a delay there because there was a whistle. But they're going to count the bucket and take a timeout. 14-11 to go with a centenary team that we were just floundering about. Where was the offense? Where was it gone? Well, I think it's made its way back to San Antonio.
Yeah, it certainly has. This half has been much more exciting than the first. And Trinity, they've scored 4 points in this half. And right now, a 12-2 run for Centenary. It's really showed how quick this game can get tight and competitive again.
For Chris Dorsey in his 6th season as head coach for the Gents, he has been above 500 in each year. He has appeared in the SCAC championships every year. He's been to 4 championship games in just 6 years. So he knows success. He knows what he's doing with his team. Although he did admit his guys are such leaders, so many seniors and juniors on this team, that he has told them time and time again he could not show up to the gym, and he knows that they're going to have the most hardworking and energetic practice in the country, even if he never shows up, because that's how committed his guys are to the game of basketball.
And that's exactly what you want in your team. Guys who are wanting to work, whether you're there or not, day in and day out. And it shows how they've gotten to this point.
Trinity ramps up the pressure full court, but Centenary breaks it. Has an advantage for a moment, but now they have to regroup. Seth Thomas right back to Ralph Johnson, over to Jalen Bear. And Johnson has been at the center of it all, hasn't he? Braden Board now at the elbow. Back to Johnson. Among the trees. Too tall is Barry. 2 seconds to work with. Tied up. And was it a hell ball? No, it was a shot clock violation. The Trinity defense after the timeout taking it to the 5th gear.
Yeah, big stop there for the Tigers. And they are going to want to take this advantage and expand on their double-digit lead.
Brown had some room off the Barry screen, but now has to give it back to Millhouse, who decides to drive, spins around, drops off a tight pass to Abdullah Roberts. The shot clock nearly went off. It'll go to Centenary anyway, as both sides now, the defense really showing up after Trinity's offense was doing whatever it wanted. Errant pass goes to Caleb Jenkins, and he takes a shove from Jalen Bear. And Coach Dorsey is going to let the official hear it.
Yeah, and it looked like maybe an arm was wrapped around Jenkins' neck. He's kind of coughing over on the sideline.
You do see the hit that Jenkins took right to the throat. He grabbed it immediately. And you also get an excellent replay of Chris Dorsey's reaction. And the officials are going to take a look at it, perhaps for some extracurricular contact. So we'll step away with 13:03 to go. Trinity 46, Centenary 36. After the official review, common foul on Jalen Bear. So nothing more than that. Trinity will take possession. As during that timeout, Reed, I don't think I've ever heard a Let's Go Tigers chant quite as loud.
Neither have I. This crowd in CalGuard is certainly making noise for their Tigers.
Barry trying to get position down low. He has been quiet offensively as Centenary has focused in on him. Millhouse, the acrobatic save. But it's tipped by Thomas, and here we go. One-on-one. Thomas. Roberts got a piece of it to knock it away, and the Tigers headed the opposite direction. Jenkins off the dribble. His jump. No good. Trinity 1 for their last 11, allowing Centenary to go on a 12-2 run. The three-pointer on the way off the back of the rim. Jenkins setting up a matchup with Johnson. Goes right, pops the jumper. Too strong for him. And Board with the board. After an electric first half for the Trinity offense, they are the ones looking for answers now. Ralph Johnson in the paint, over Barry, then gets his own miss. Bears three-pointer off the lip of the rim. Jenkins gathers the miss, and here comes Trinity, trying to break a 3-minute scoring drought. Because of their fast start, they're still up 10. And the clock keeps ticking away. We're at 11 minutes remaining in the second half. Roberts, the dish to Barry. A patient Barry gets his first bucket of the game. And you see exactly what Barry has done to get better this year. Coach Smith saying he has to wait. He has to not rush it when he immediately gets the ball. And that's exactly what he did on that one. Yeah, great play by Barry there. And points that are getting increasingly important as these offenses have continually stalled out in the second half. Bear again off the front of the rim. Millhouse able to clear it out. Brown has Barry behind him. Look out. Brown with the layup. Twisting and turning in the wind was Tanner Brown. That's a quick 4 points for Trinity, and the lead up to 14, forcing Centenary to call a timeout. Listen to the CalGuard roar. The 50-36 lead with 10:28 to go. And we promised you those numbers on the home record for Centenary. We covered it last night, but it's worth repeating because you don't often see such a wide spread between home and road. In 6 years under Chris Dorsey as head coach, the Gents are 51-16 at home. It is incredibly difficult to take that long bus drive over to northern Louisiana and win in what used to be a Division I gym, now still big enough to hold over 1,000 people, and it causes chaos for opponents. So just 16 losses at home for the Gents under Chris Dorsey. But on the road, it is not the same story. They are 33-43. If you count yesterday away from home, that's 34 wins to 43 losses. But some of those are neutral ones. It's hard to decipher which exactly were true road games. Yesterday was a neutral game against Southwestern. This is a true road game, and the Gents have struggled. This year alone, they are just 3-6 away from the Gold Dome.
Yep, people say home sweet home, and the Gents really exemplify that. And Trinity, like we've said before, they like being at home too, and I think when you bring the struggles on the road of Centenary and the excelling at home factor of Trinity, you get the score to be 50-36.
You're right that the saying is home sweet home, but the Gents say dome sweet dome. Right now, though, there's no dome, just the roof of CalGuard Gym. I'm not great at geometry, but it's not a dome. I'm pretty certain of that. And the geometry that the Gents are going to have to figure out is how to get the angle to get the ball in, but that's not the angle they were looking for. Interesting interaction there between what looks to be a Centenary parent refusing to give the ball to Griffin Levine, instead gives it to the official. That little section of Centenary fans making their way down to the Alamo City. Harvey, open lane, open bucket. He can do more than just shoot threes. Jacob Harvey, the sophomore sensation. Beverly will give it a shot from distance, takes the foul, so the shot won't fall, but 3 free throws on the way for another one of these gents who are from the Lone Star State, the freshman from Katy.
And right now, Trinity answering the Centenary run with an 8-0 run of their own. And Centenary with a nearly 5-minute scoring drought. We'll see if they can quench it right here.
First shot good for Beverly, a freshman who may be the Celts who have a mascot as a lion, but Coach Dorsey says Quentin Beverly has the heart of a lion. Says he is one of the most coachable players he has ever had. Extremely high praise from the head coach at Centenary, who sees his freshman knock down 2 of 3 so far, and still a third on the way. Three for 3 on the free throws. It's a 13-point lead for Trinity. 9.5 to go. Clark. Roberts gets it to Levine. Right back to Clark, but it's knocked away in the air. Seth Thomas looking to push. From deep. Officials say it bounced too high and went out of play. Trinity basketball with 9:14 to go. Clark was trying to get it to Roberts, but he had it swatted away before that. On the floor he goes, and a timeout granted to Jimmy Smith. Bodies on the floor, reminding us of that very first game of the day. And look at the crawling of A.J. Clark, the fifth-year senior. You would think he's a freshman with the energy he is showing tonight.
Yeah, and A.J. Clark is just such a rock for this team. Like we said before, his names are all over the Trinity record books. And right now, he's really showing up for the team, even if he's been a bit quieter than normal in the points category.
The thing about Clark is it's not always the points. It is the leadership, it is the rebounds, the assists, the steals, the blocks. I mean, you name it, the fifth-year senior can do it all. He and Hanley decided well before last season even to return. They didn't necessarily make the decision together. It just happened to be a coincidence. And it's a coincidence that makes Jimmy Smith quite happy.
Yeah, and it makes him happy, and it makes this crowd happy as they get excited for their Tiger team to see if they can move on to the championship.
A.J. Clark tried to get a foul. Officials weren't buying it. Thomas and his dog mentality pull up. Nothing but the bottom. 11-point lead for Trinity. Centenary looked dead in the first half, but they have been anything but in this second half. Trimming the lead from up to 20 down to 11. Here's an Abdullah Roberts 3. Won't push the lead up. Instead, the Gents will go in a hurry. Singleton over to Beverly. Right back to Singleton. Bear finds Thomas. Now the kick out. And Thomas will try the 3. Smooth as butter. Seth Thomas the 3, and it's back down to 8. Hanley changing the play here with the shot clock in single digits. It'll be a Harvey drive, a Harvey layup, and a Harvey trip to the line.
And who better to go to the charity stripe than Jacob Harvey?
Team foul number 4 on Centenary will give us a timeout on the floor. So we'll talk about Harvey's free throw shooting when he steps to the line. But for now, a media timeout with Trinity at 52, Centenary at 44. It's getting close here in crunch time. The final game, the final semifinal of these SCAC championships that have given us everything we could have hoped for.
Yeah, and right now as we come down to the wire, the Gents are still in this game, and it shows how good the SCAC is in men's basketball. They are so balanced that anything can happen. Any one of these teams, when they entered here on Friday, could have come out victorious as the champions of the SCAC. And right now, we see it with the great game that we're witnessing before us.
And some might say, well, Reed, come on, that's a cliche. Anything can happen, really? That's what you're going to go with? But anything can happen, and anything did happen. Schreiner, the number 5 seed, came into this tournament at just 6-10, and what did they do? They defeated the top-seeded, undefeated St. Thomas Celts to earn a trip to the final. They're awaiting the winner of this matchup, and what that does, all of a sudden, is an NCAA playoff berth is completely up for grabs. People thought St. Thomas, ranked number 12th in the country, have gotten respect nationally. Maybe they'll be okay with an at-large, although even that is in question. But if they had won, then just status quo. They get the bid, we're moving on. But now the SCAC could have 2 bids, one of them going to the winner of this game or Schreiner tomorrow.
Yeah, and it really shows just how good this conference is.
A missed free throw from Jacob Harvey, and you can't blame it on the announcers because we didn't actually give you his numbers beforehand. We just said he was a good free throw shooter. 91% from the charity stripe, among the best in the country. And he knocks home the second one. Lead up to 9 with 7.5 to go. Here comes Quentin Beverly. Backs it out for a moment. The hesitation, then to Bear. An open Thomas. Feeling more comfortable in the paint, and look at why. It's like the Gents took a trip to Home Depot at the half and bought themselves some paint because they had none of it in the first half, and they have all of it in this second. Jenkins making a trip down there, but he is stuffed by Jalen Bear. A small group of Centenary fans over there on the right side of your screen. You don't see them right now, but you probably hear them. They're small but mighty. Jenkins turning the corner. Barry has a smaller defender on him right now. Can Harvey find him? He won't, but he'll draw the blocking foul. Couple possessions in a row that Harvey has taken a tough hit. Beverly will be called for the foul. And it's Beverly still on the floor. Good to see him up quickly, gives a thumbs up. Great to see for the freshman. And on the way, a couple more Jacob Harvey free throws. About the quietest the gym has been all night. And another Jacob Harvey miss. So sometimes numbers do lie. 91% from the line would suggest he wouldn't miss 2 out of 3, but here he has. And it stays at a 7-point Trinity advantage. The most it will be is 8 with under 7 to go. Centenary trying to pull off the monumental comeback as the road team on the host Trinity Tigers court. Needing some energy on the floor, Coach Smith turns to Zach Fenn. He's joined by Jenkins, Brown, Barry, and Hanley all in the backcourt here defensively. Now they spread out as Thomas gets it to Beverly. Jens 2 seconds to get it across. Fenn nearly causes a 10-second call. Now Fenn, a foul. Just letting you admire some of the scenes. We're so lucky to have that close view, and hopefully you can hear it as well. Fans getting just as into it as the players. That was just the third foul against Trinity, so nowhere near the bonus. Centenary has the ball, down 8. Thrown away. Was it tipped? Yes, it was, says the official. It'll stay with Centenary, 2 seconds on the clock, but this crowd ain't happy. Centenary keeps it. They'll have to hurry. They find Beverly. No, they don't. Tipped away by Hanley. Nothing came off the shot clock. They're going to say 1 second left. It'll have to be an immediate catch and shoot. Bounces off the Tigers. Shot clock violation. Those have to be so satisfying for a defense.
Yeah, big stop there for the Tigers. Not the first time they've ran out the shot clock on the gentlemen. And for the Gents, that's definitely not what they wanted to see.
It's their 16th turnover of the evening. Trinity just 8. A department they've struggled in all year, but their improvement has been because of a lack of turnovers. And their success tonight, no surprise, although, of course, right on cue, a Trinity turnover. Let's visit those numbers, shall we? 16 turnovers a game. That is 5th worst in the conference, but in Division III, that's 338th out of about 412 teams, so it's really near the bottom. Not a good figure. But when they win, the Tigers typically have few turnovers to thank. So they're going to have to keep that ball secure, or the Gents will make this return. The mid-range look, touched by someone there. Jenkins, Brown, and Barry will all around it. And once again, the close call will keep it with Centenary. Ralph Johnson, the strong drive, runs into Braxton Berry. Zach Fenn over to Brown in the corner. Down the rabbit hole he goes. A Tanner Brown triple puts Trinity back up double digits.
And it felt like for a while there that this crowd was waiting for a reason to explode, and Tanner Brown gave that to him.
Ralph Johnson's foot on the line. That's a backcourt violation. Ball heading the other way.
And you can feel the momentum slowly shifting back to the Tigers. Centenary with a 2-minute scoring drought right now. The last thing they want in these final 5 minutes.
The widest smile on the face maybe belongs to Miss Evie there in the stands, Caleb Jenkins' mother. But I think on the court, it belongs to Zach Fenn, who gave a high five to his bench, understanding he came in for one reason and one reason only: create chaos. The chaos creator, and he has done just that. Hanley driving, has it blocked away by Thomas, but Trinity will keep it with 12 seconds to shoot. Officials talking again. They've had some nice little chats today, really becoming acquainted with one another. Here we go with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Barry in the paint. Barry in the bucket. Braxton Berry says when he makes the first shot of a game, he knows he's going to have a good one. Well, it took a while for that first shot to come, but it did go in. Now he has 2. The lead, 13 with 4.5 remaining in San Antonio. Takeem Singleton has 3 defenders near him. Look at the attention being paid to him. Hanley gets in front of Beverly, throws it down, and an offensive foul gives it back to the Tigers. Quentin Beverly with the charge. The point guard against the center, and look at the extension that Barry did from the ground, saying offensive foul. You are right with that one, number 0. 2 Louisiana natives in the game, Jenkins and Fenn. Must be even sweeter to be on top of the Louisiana Gents. Here comes Barry, out to Brown, cuts inside, finds Hanley. He jabs inside, but then another offensive foul, this time committed by the Tigers. Braxton Berry returning the favor on the other end. Let's see exactly what went down. Boom, went Barry into Thomas. A massive hit in the back. That hurt me up here, Reed.
Yeah, that's not something you want to see. The imposing stature of Braxton Berry just absolutely slamming into another player.
And Thomas still crouching down, has to be the last one over to the Gents huddle. And I believe the officials are going to review this for the same reason, to see if it was a common foul or something extra. So 4:05 to go, Trinity 59, Centenary 46, and what a magical night in this gym, and what a magical day. We had Trinity women beating TLU to start. Then we had Colorado College knock down a pair of free throws to win by just 4 against a feisty Shriner team. Then the men of Shriner pulling off the upset of the tournament, defeating St. Thomas, and we get to cap it off with this beauty of a game between Trinity and Centenary. Aren't we lucky?
We are so lucky. It's been beautiful basketball yesterday, today, and it's all ramping up towards Championship Sunday tomorrow.
It was 12 teams, 10 games in 3 days with 2 champions. We've cut into that a little bit. We're nearing the end. But the best basketball is on the way tomorrow. And Trinity hoping to be a part of both games. As the officials continue to look at the replay here, to look at that Barry foul. With 4:05 to go, this would be, of course, a big swing in either way. If it's a flagrant foul, the Gents would get a couple of free throws and the ball. Or if it's a common foul, it's just that, a common foul. We'll find out soon. Here we go. Maybe. Officials will talk it over, so we'll keep using this time to give a massive shout out. Reed, you've been keeping track of it. Who do we want to congratulate tonight?
We want to congratulate Joe Shotland, former assistant for the women's basketball team here at Trinity, and also men's basketball team alum here at Trinity University. He has taken the head coaching position at UT Dallas women's basketball, where they have just won the ASC Conference Championship to get themselves a bid in the national tournament.
What a job by Joe Shotland in just his first year leading the Comets, taking a team that no one necessarily expected to win that ASC. They had number 8 Hardin Simmons ranked in the top 10 nationally. They were favored to win it. You've got teams like ETBU, UMHB, and the Comets really living up to their name, sparkling across the sky and giving Joe Shotland a conference championship. And that might mean that UT Dallas will come to Trinity, if Trinity hosts a regional, to face the Together Tigers led by Cam Hill, Joe Shotland's former mentor. That would be quite a show, but for now we just want to make sure to congratulate Joe Shotland and the UT Dallas Comets for winning their conference championship.
Yeah, and we'll see. UT Dallas, they're a shooting star right now, and we'll see if Joe Shotland's wish for a successful playoff run will come to fruition.
Here at CalGuard, after the lengthy review, the decision was no foul. And they're explaining it to Jimmy Smith here, and now they've transitioned into a full timeout. So it's always a bummer when a game that has so much energy and flow is slowed down by something like this. We experienced it yesterday in some games, but they got to get it right, and that's what they want to do.
Yeah, and it's important to get it right, especially in these high-stakes games like these. And right now with Trinity up by 13, an incorrect call, well, that would send the whole gym up in a ruckus if it went against one side or the other. So, like you said, it's important to get these calls right. So these deliberations, they're important, and we should take them.
Buzzer alarms the team that their timeouts are nearing an end. And the officials, you see all three of them, healthy conversations tonight. If they didn't know each other beforehand, they certainly do, because they have had talk after talk. I think they maybe have talked more in one game than we have in 4 today.
Maybe. They certainly have talked a lot.
That makes me wonder. I wonder how many words we've spoken today.
We could go to the YouTube transcript and see, put it through a word counter maybe.
And thank you to whoever at the scoring table decided to play the Jeopardy theme song there. It was late, but it's appreciated. The effort was certainly there. After a healthy break, several minutes at that, we're back to playing basketball, which is where we want to be. Jalen Bear doubled up, finds an open man in the corner. That three rims out for the Gents. That's number 5, Kyle Mingo, a senior in his 5th year who has not seen a ton of action today. Only played 6 minutes and has no points. And Caleb Jenkins tripped up there. Centenary in the midst of a 4-minute scoring drought. A Trinity 6-0 run at an inopportune time for the Gents.
The line is Caleb Jenkins, 1-1.
1-1. Make it 2. Caleb Jenkins with his 14th point of the evening to go along with 6 rebounds and 4 steals. Really, those 4 steals, the most important part of it all, because this defense has been the reason the offense has been able to succeed. Second one rolls out, but the lead is 14 with 3.5 to go. A foul as Seth Thomas crosses the timeline. Will be just the 5th against Trinity, so no free throws yet for Centenary.
Rebound number 5.
The zone still very much in full effect. Beverly able to knife through it though, and gets 2 points before getting back on defense, trying to prevent Jenkins from getting past him, and he does for now. Jenkins, though, will now be fouled to take another trip to the line. Caleb Jenkins, the senior from New Orleans, Louisiana, has certainly let the good times roll tonight. The 4th foul against Beverly. Jim goes silent ahead of the free throw, and then the golf-like clap after each one goes through. With that one, Jenkins ties Jacob Harvey with the team lead. Not quite on top. He'll stay tied with Jacob Harvey. The game, everything but tied, though. A 13-point advantage with exactly 3 to go. Seth Thomas, the senior, could be his final game. Trying to will his team back. A team filled with juniors and seniors. Mingo cannot get to that one. He's one of them. And it's a Centenary team that's quite different from many in this tournament that we've talked about. So much youth on many teams. This is a team full of experience that really wanted to use it to take a trip to the final. But it's looking like a rough ride. They stop Brown defensively but can't collect the board, so Trinity will keep it with 9 seconds on the shot clock.
And we will keep track of some of the fouls for Centenary as we get down to the wire here. 4 personal fouls for Quentin Beverly, 3 for Bear, and 3 for Thomas.
Clark, the pass from Barry, can't finish it, but he'll head to the charity stripe. And he was mad he couldn't put it in there.
Foul number 22, Thompson Singleton is third.
Third foul on Singleton. And we might have to get used to these free throws, but the good thing is we've gotten used to calling this team, so we've gotten used to free throws all year. The Trinity Tigers, number 1 in the SCAC, with 25 free throw attempts per game. But if you think that sounds like a lot, it really, really is. That is 8th most in the nation. It was a similar scenario last year. They were in the top 5 in free throws attempted. It's just something they do consistently. They attack the basket and they get those free opportunities. Singleton dealing with Clark. Thomas, like we said, trying to will it home. Can't get that one. Hanley fights for the rebound. And with 2 minutes to go, it's a Trinity 15-point lead. Beverly gets in front of Clark. Clark gives him a look saying, come on, get up. Play still going, but you'll get a look, and then Clark slips and travels. And maybe that was a little return of the favor for the look. As you see Clark taking a dangerous slip. Now everyone inspecting that spot on the floor. But the Gents have it. The 3 put up by Bear. Not gonna fall. Tigers need to get it across here. They do. Centenary not showing as if they'll foul. Harvey around the Barry screen. Finds Brown in the corner. Why not more? Tanner Brown, 16 points now. He takes the scoring lead with 9 rebounds as well. The junior from San Antonio having quite the homecoming game.
And for this Tigers team, that is just the icing on the cake for this game.
Centenary will try to complete the 3-point play, but there is just a minute to go, and Trinity is up big. You take a look at the box score. Brown now with 16 points, the most of any Tiger. Jenkins right behind him at 15. And we highlighted it early. Those two missed time with injuries. Jenkins and Brown. I remember talking to Brown right when the injury happened. I was so excited to talk to him ahead of a regular season in which I was trying to get to know as many players on both teams, the coaches of both teams. And Brown had just tore his calf. He was devastated by it. And he thought he was going to miss a whole lot more time. It was only in the single digits. And now he is back at the end of the season looking healthy and looking explosive. It is no surprise, though. He was second team all-conference a year ago. The returning player who led the team in scoring. And as this game slows down with the fouling game, that's fouling out Quentin Beverly. And look at the joy on the faces of the Trinity parents, Reed.
They have a lot to be proud about. And if you're Centenary, even though this will be a hard pill to swallow, there's a lot to be proud about this season, including Seth Thomas ending with a double-double at least, with 17 points and 11 rebounds.
First free throw, good for A.J. Clark. He's at 8 points, typically the leading scorer for the Tigers, but I think he'll be plenty happy to let his teammates do some work. It's a cast of characters who have put on a movie that Tiger fans have loved all year. The offense wasn't there to start for Centenary. They found some answers a little bit at the start of this half. But other than a few flashes here and there, it's been the Trinity defense and the Trinity offense. You can count the bucket there for Bear with 42 seconds left. But you're looking at a Trinity team that is just a few moments away from taking a trip to the SCAC title game, where they'll meet Schreiner. And last year, Trinity didn't win the conference, but because St. Thomas couldn't qualify, They got the bid to the playoffs, making their first playoff appearance since 2014. They won for the first time since 2012. They were disappointed with how it ended against Mary Hardin Baylor after a program best win against Whitworth. But after an all-around great performance tonight, the Sunday championship trip is on tap. Hanley out to Harvey. Shot clock at single digits, but it's just delaying the inevitable. A.J. Clark won't get that one. The board goes to Centenary. Takeem Singleton has it snatched away. It'll stay with the Gents. But this CalGuard crowd knows it. They feel it. They sense it. Bear with the floater. It goes for him. Centenary cuts it to 13, and that's where it will end. Saturday night's got the Tigers feeling all right. We'll see you on Championship Sunday, where the Trinity Tigers will meet the Shriner Mountaineers after a convincing win of the third-seeded Centenary Gents.
Yeah, and the Tigers, a very good win there. There was a moment at the beginning of the second half where it looked like that offense had slowed down, but they found themselves in the end, and they have convincingly beat the Gents of Centenary, who they split the regular season series with. They win the rubber match, and that rubber match win sends them, like you said, to Championship Sunday.
The Centenary defense that allows a second best mark of just 63 points per game. Well, they were near that average. They allowed 67, but only scoring 54 means they are headed back home to Louisiana. And for Trinity fans at home, you have the Championship Sunday of your dreams. The Trinity Tigers women's basketball team will face Colorado College at noon, and immediately after, the Trinity Tigers men's basketball team will face the Shriner Mountaineers. What a wonderful Saturday we have had here on Tiger Network. Thank you so much to everyone for joining us, for tuning in from wherever you are. Thank you to everyone clicking the buttons to put the replays up, to switch the cameras, manning the cameras. Just so many people make this happen. So thank you to everyone at Tiger Network for doing it, and everybody in CalGuard for cleaning the floor, for keeping the stats, for doing whatever it takes to put on this tournament. For Reed Rosales, I'm Brian Yanselson. Have a superb Saturday night, and please join us tomorrow for Championship Sunday.
When you hear your name called, please make your way out to center court to SCAC Commissioner Wayne Hanbury to be recognized. The first slot on this year's all-freshman team is first-year forward Luke Hatcher of Southwestern University. Next up is first-year guard Quentin Beverly of Centenary College. Our next honoree is first-year guard Mason Wallace of Texas Lutheran University. Next is first-year guard Nick Anderson of the University of St. Thomas. And our final member of the 22-23 all-freshman team is first-year guard Denary Boykin of Colorado College. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2022-23 SCAC all-freshman team. We will now announce the 2022-23 men's basketball All-SCAC team as voted on by the coaches of the Southern Collegiate Athletic Conference. When you hear your name called, please make your way out to center court to be recognized. First, starting with the third team all-conference selections. From the University of Dallas, graduate forward Latrell Toussaint. From the University of St. Thomas, senior forward Joshua Sanchez. From Colorado College, sophomore guard Scott Rueck. From the University of St. Thomas, senior guard Zach Delazuski. And from Southwestern University, sophomore forward Brock Bechtefeld. Ladies and gentlemen, the All-SCAC third team. Thank you, gentlemen. Next, the All-SCAC second team. From Texas Lutheran University, junior guard Xavier Phillips. From Trinity University, junior guard Tanner Brown. University of St. Thomas, first-year guard Nick Anderson. From Trinity University, sophomore guard Jacob Harvey. And from Schreiner University, sophomore center Camden Ross. Ladies and gentlemen, the All-SCAC second team. Thank you, gentlemen. And now the members of the All-SCAC first team. From the University of Dallas, junior forward Jack Boyle. From Colorado College, first-year guard Denari Boykin. From Trinity University, senior guard A.J. Clark. From Centenary College, senior forward Seth Thomas. And from the University of St. Thomas, sophomore guard Calvin Williams IV. Ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause for the 22-23 All-SCAC men's basketball team. Thank you, gentlemen. Now, we ain't done yet. The SCAC coaches also voted on 4 major individual awards. First-year player of the year, defensive player of the year, coach of the year, and finally, player of the year. The SCAC first-year player of the year is first-year guard Denari Boykin of Colorado College. The SCAC defensive player of the year is senior guard A.J. Clark of Trinity University. The SCAC Coach of the Year is Anthony Medina of the University of St. Thomas. And the 22-23 SCAC Men's Basketball Player of the Year is sophomore guard Calvin Williams IV from the University of St. Thomas. Congratulations. At the beginning of the 2018-19 academic year, the SCAC Elite 19 Award was created to recognize the best of the best within each conference-sponsored sport as it relates to both academic and athletic achievement. To be eligible, the student-athlete must have completed the equivalent of at least 60 credit hours at his or her institution, must hold at least a cumulative 3.25 GPA. The student-athlete must also have earned either first, second, or third team All-SCAC honors in his or her sport for that particular season. The winner of the 22-23 SCAC Elite 19 Award for men's basketball was a cumulative GPA of 3.913 and his third consecutive year of winning the honor, first team All-SCAC Award, A.J. Clark of Trinity University. Congratulations again to A.J. Clark of Trinity University, this year's SCAC Elite 19 winner for men's basketball. And lastly, we will present the SCAC Men's Regular Season Championship Trophy with a perfect conference mark of 16-0, becoming just the second men's team in league history and the first since 2007-2008 to achieve an unblemished conference record. The 22-23 regular season champions are the Celts of the University of St. Thomas. Congratulations. Come on up. How about another round of applause for head coach Anthony Medina, University of St. Thomas Cats. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes today's award ceremony. Congratulations to all our honorees. 2 championships tomorrow. The women's championship at noon.
I'm San Antonio Mayor Ron Nirenberg. I am a Trinity University alum, and I want you to know about my passion for these two vibrant communities. My alma mater is now a nationally recognized liberal arts university, offering fully integrated arts, humanities, STEM, and professional programs. Grounded in the liberal arts, Trinity graduates students who think critically, act meaningfully, and contribute confidently throughout their careers. As for San Antonio, Trinity is an oasis in the heart of a city that serves as a cultural bridge to the Americas. We are a diverse community that values inclusion and welcomes intellectual curiosity and spirited debate. We're a city that challenges convention and welcomes new ideas. Great things are happening at Trinity University, in San Antonio, and through all our connections to our multicultural world. Join me in being part of this exciting moment.